Hi, Dakota. Sophia Soto with Nerdtropolis. How are you
Hey,
today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am so good because I'm getting to speak with you about what is one of my favorite shows of the year, if not my favorite
Oh,
show of the year.
that's
It's
awesome.
so
Thank you.
good.
Great.
Congratulations on incredible performance, and we're going to be talking spoilers. But to start off, the show does a really excellent job portraying how unfairly women, specifically moms, are viewed in the media and by
Mhm,
society. But that
mhm,
scene at the end that really stood out to me was Jenny saying how she wanted a divorce so that her son will never treat a woman the way Richie treated her. Talk to
mm.
me about the significance of that scene and what it meant to you to bring to life, not only for your character, but for women who are going to relate to her very strongly.
Yeah, I think that that's a little facet that sometimes gets lost in like the search for a partner and like a husband and everything. Like you if you want to if you want to have children and you're looking for somebody like that's going to ultimately be the father of your children. Someone told me once like when you're dating a guy, you should think about if that was your son, would you be proud of how he acted and moved through the world and treated people? And if the answer is yes, then that's a person to pursue a relationship with. And if the answer is no, then that is not a person to pursue a relationship. Again, if you want to become a parent. Um, and I do want to become a parent. So I think about that often. And I think that that line and that moment is like it kind of it takes it away from the two of them and it takes it like it's not about it's not about all these little things. It's about like a bigger thing. And like I want our child to grow up and not do this. And so I thought that that was something that you don't hear a lot in like movies or TV shows, you know? And, but I think it's a really interesting point, and I think it is probably how a lot of women feel and may know how to express it and may not. And so, yeah, I felt like that was like a really realistic reason.
Yeah, definitely. And
Yeah.
one of the things I particularly loved about your character is out of every character I was and I was suspecting everyone. I was really like going all out trying to figure this thing out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jenny was never a suspect. I never for one second felt she could be in on it or that
Yeah.
she was part of the reason.
Yeah.
So, knowing this and knowing your character wasn't a suspect and knowing
Yeah.
she wasn't going to be part of the final outcome, did this
Yeah.
allow you to kind of obsess over all the details in the scripts and try to figure out the what and the why? And can you share what ended up being your top theory and how you kind of came up with it?
Well, it was all spoiled for me before. I read the first like 3 or 4 scripts and then spoke to Minky and Megan and they told me everything. So I never had to come up with any theories of my own, but I did not expect what they were going to say from
Oh,
having read
no.
those first 3 or 4 scripts. I was really shocked and I was like, "Oh my god, people are really not going to think that that's what the ending is." And so I was like, "That's cool. That's cool that it's so unexpected." And I also, yeah, I didn't play Jenny with any like red herring moments. She's not a part of this. Like she's a good
No.
person and it's all real and it's all true and it's all authentic and you kind of need that in this really twisted turning crazy thing. You kind of need somebody who's solid, and so she ends up being that person for Marissa, just like a very trustworthy character that is not going anywhere and is not going to become different than who you think she is. You know, she's kind of
Yeah.
the only really honest one in the whole thing in a way.
Yeah, and I think that's so important not only for our main characters to have, but also the audience, like to have that kind of anchor and
Yeah,
steadiness to be like, listen, you have at least one person that you know is really not going to be involved in it. And they could have used you in a lot of different ways since you did have involvement in terms of hiring the nanny. They could have went down a
sure.
very different path for you.
They could, but I ultimately was like, oh, it's so much nicer to just like have the good version of Jenny, you know, and like the one who made a like didn't do enough research. Like, sorry, I thought that I called enough people, but I turns out I did it. I mean, you know, just like these sort of innocent mistakes
That she
that
acknowledges.
you know make it better, make it become a bigger thing. And yeah, I think that we all can relate to some version of that.
Yeah. Well, Dakota, thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you.
Seriously, I can't wait for everyone else to see this. And I do want to just say really quickly, not only did I get to binge and enjoy this, but I also, my Halloween plans included Vicious. It was the movie night me and my
Oh,
mom chose.
fun.
So
Oh,
we got like a
good.
whole double feature with you this
Love
weekend.
it.
And we're
Oh,
killing it. I can't wait
thank
to see what's next.
you. Thank you.
Of
Thank you.
course.
That's so
Thank you
nice.
so much.